Who's been the best Miami team in the last decade? Let's go 2010 on.
Jeez. 17. Wasn't perfect, but I would have to say 17 probably. Or 16, where they finally decided to get their act together. It did take that midseason losing streak. But I'm on Richard's freshman year. That's Manny Diaz's first season here. But it's the only 10-win season we've had in a while. I mean, you could point to some other things that might have been better, like individual, like units or players or whatnot. But overall, it would have to be the 2017 season in that team. I mean, you win those 10 games in a row. You're number 2 in America. You blow out Virginia Tech one Saturday night game day. You come back the next week and had that iconic win against Notre Dame, 41-8, and which was awesome. Should have shut them out, honestly. But, hey, it happens. Trajan Bandy with the interception up the sideline, which was deafening. Like my ears were ringing for 2 days after that, literally. That's how loud that was. But, yeah, I would have to say, again, while you might say a unit here, position group here, or a player there from another season would have to be 2017. It would just have to be.
Ronan says the 2013 was more talented.
Yeah, you can make that argument. You could. I would have to go back and see the whole roster real quick. But if you look, scroll, click. Thurston Armbrister, Artie Burns, Deion Bush, Jamal Carter as a freshman, Chicolo as a junior, Sante Cleveland, Stacy Coley as a freshman, Dallas Crawford as a sophomore, Philip Dorsett as a junior, Gus Edwards freshman year, Alex Figueroa when he was here before he got kicked out, Eric Flowers as a sophomore, Duke Johnson, I want to say, as a sophomore. Yeah, Herb Waters. Yeah, Rashawn Scott, Casey Rogers. Casey Rogers wasn't the greatest, but you could definitely make the argument that the 13 team was more talented on a player-to-player basis. But yeah.
And somebody in the live chat brought up the same variable that I brought up in the past when talking about 2016 and 17 and that's if Brad Kyle would have stuck around and you had capable quarterback play in 17.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, despite the shortcomings at quarterback, still won all those games. Like the defense did what they needed to do. Malik Rozier wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but he was good enough to get by. And we all know that I'm no Malik Rozier apologist. Like I'm not, we all know that. But the proof of the pudding is, he and that team and that offense did enough in a lot of those games to get by. It was maybe one play here, one play there. But if that one play is enough, then it was. So, it would have been interesting because there was a reliance on Malik Rozier as a runner because we had to find ways to augment the offense because he was not a great thrower. So, I don't know where or how that would have worked out on a one-to-one level if Kaya had been there, but that's something that I would have been interested in seeing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the record can't be any better than 10-0, regardless of how much better the quarterback play is. You can't be better than 10-0. Now, some of those narrow 11. Yeah, exactly. Some of the narrowest. First of all, the narrow escapes would not have been such, and then you got to think that you beat Pitt and you're 11-0. Then Clemson's still better, but then the Orange Bowl's a really good game or a different game.
But maybe that's a 2-touchdown game. You hit that shot play to Jeff Thomas in the first quarter of the ACC championship game, and that would have, again, one play here and one play there. But look, that was second drive of the game. That's 7-0 Miami because he was gone. On that play action, coming back on it wasn't an over route per se, but it was like a kind of seam splitting post, like just Yeah, if you're running like verticals, then it was that kind of crosser. So he's from the 2 position and it kind of just went up the middle of the field. But he was wide open. And, you run a smash route on this side, so that takes up the safety. So he's running from here, from the hash mark across, and there's nobody there. Like, you hit that shot, that's 7-0. Not saying that, okay, if Brad Kaya had been here in 2017, then 100% we win that game against Clemson. I just think that maybe it goes differently. And everybody who wants to point back to 2015, number one, Brad Kaya was a sophomore. Number two, he got knocked out on a 2-man pass rush because we couldn't block anybody, and Shaq Lawson laid boom on him, and he got a concussion. I don't think that game goes 58-0 if Brad Kaya stays. Now, hey, maybe they beat us 52-10, like we beat Florida State this year, because we beat them by 6 touchdowns, in case you forgot. But maybe it's something like that and not 58-0. You know what I mean? And 2017, maybe a little bit. That game is a little bit more competitive throughout as well.